Hello and welcome back. In the last video, we have understood why Spring Framework without touching the Spring Framework. That means by developing a basic Java program, we understood the main feature of the Spring Framework. That is what we have understood in the last video. If you have not yet watched, please do watch. It is available in the same playlist. Fine. So the core of Spring Framework, the main feature of Spring Framework is dependency injection. Dependency injection is the main key feature or the core of the Spring Framework through which you can develop loosely coupled applications. What is tight coupling? What is loose coupling? That we have understood in our last video where we understood why Spring Framework. These are not the only feature of Spring Framework which we will understand fundamentally in this video. Going forward, by developing multiple applications, we will try to see, but this will be the most simplified one. Fine. So what is this dependency injection? What do we mean by loose coupling? In the video why Spring Framework, we have already understood by developing a Java program. Same thing we will understand by developing the Spring Framework also. So before you proceed further, please do watch whatever video is available in the playlist with the name Why Spring Framework. Also, inversion of control. These three key or main feature of Spring Framework we will understand by developing Spring application also. To start with, the Spring Framework is Java-based application framework. That means if you want to develop application using a Java language in a easier way with less burden on developers, we use Spring Framework. So let me add that point here. As you can see, I have added that point here. To develop a Java application in easier way with less efforts, we go with the Spring Framework, which eventually will understand why people are behind this framework. So this framework not new. It is not a new framework. It came in 2004. The first version of Spring Framework is available from 2004, which is developed by a great personality by the name Rod Johnson. He is the one who developed this framework. In the year 2004, it was available for the use from 2004 itself. Currently, that time it was Spring 1, 1x in the sense 1.1, 1.2, and currently the framework which we have to learn, which is being used in the industry, is Spring 6. Spring 6 is what you need to understand. 6.x, 6.1, 6.2, okay, which was released in 2022. Since 2022, the requirement, the demand from the industry is for you to learn the Spring 6, version, which we will be learning in this playlist also. Is it different from the Spring Boot? The very first video of this series, Introduction to Spring Boot playlist, I have told you, practically by developing an application, I will show you the difference between Spring Framework and Spring Boot. Spring Boot is not a new framework. If you want to use Spring application, or if you want to develop the Spring based applications in a easier way with less efforts, less configuration, then we go with Spring Boot. Spring Boot is Spring Framework only plus auto configurations and some extra features which will make your journey of developing application using Spring Framework in a easier. That means in a easier way you can develop the application if you go with Spring Boot. And most of the modules of the Spring Framework we are going to develop using the Spring Boot only. So this series is Spring Boot series. Initially, some videos to make you understand, I'll be not using the Spring Boot. I will use the Spring Framework without boot, and then I will develop with boot so that you can differentiate how easy it is to develop the application using the Spring Boot and why people are behind the Spring Boot. So it is Spring 6 version right now, which is Spring Boot 3. Spring Boot 3. 3x is running 3.1, 3.2.4.2. That's the current version of the Spring Boot. So we will see Spring Boot only, but behind the scene it will use latest Spring Framework, which is Spring 6. That is also we are going to use in this playlist. Fine. So if you go with the Spring Framework, you can develop the entire end-to-end application, entire end-to-end backend application you can develop using the Spring Framework. What do you mean by that? If you ask me, usually in the industry, we develop layered approach. We follow something called as layered approach development. Layered approach of application development. That means when it comes to the backend part, three important layers we have in the backend. Three important layers. Let me quickly give you the insights or highlight about this fundamentally. Going forward, practically also by developing the applications, we will see on these layers. We have three important layers. One, we have the controller layer, or you can call it as a web layer. Then we have the service layer, or you can say the business layer, or you can say service layer, whatever, both of them are same layer. And then we have persistence layer, or you can say DAO layer. What do you mean by that if you ask me? Every application at the end of the day have to get connected to database, whichever application it is. At the end of the day, we have a database, DBMS, whether it is SQL or no SQL. Spring supports for any type of database. So we have some DBMS here, and our application has to get connected to store the data permanently. Database is a place we keep it. Fine. So what happens here is, we divide our application into three major layers. One is a web layer, one is the business layer, one is the persistence DAO layer. Here all the logic we will write which is responsible to connect to the database and to store the data, to retrieve the data, to update the data. All the DB operations we write within this layer. You'll not be getting that in the IDE. You have to define in different packages. How to do that, we will see it. You need not worry. So basically three major layers will be there in the backend: web, business, and DAO layer, or you can say persistence layer or repository layer, whatever you can call it. Here we write the logic which is responsible to connect to the database to retrieve it, for which you can use normal plain JDBC. JDBC is the basic technology which is used in order to connect your Java application with the database and perform DB related operation. Fine. You can use any JPA framework such as Hibernate. No problem. There is no problem in that. Fine. And here to develop the web layer, you can use servlets. Basically, servlet is a one where we will write the web layer logic. That means a logic which is responsible to handle the HTTP request, incoming HTTP request, or the browser once internetworking is formed, or the browser for a web application. Web means internet based application. Fine. Which will work only if there is internet connection, internetworking if it is available. So it will be responsible to receive the request, HTTP request over the web, and the response, HTTP response. A web application, whatever logic is needed, you can develop the controllers using the servlet. You can use one of the framework for the Java developers which happens to be struts. And here you can use the normal Java language to develop the business logic. Business logic means which has the logic which serves the actual purpose of your application. For what purpose you're developing the application. The main functionality of your application using the normal Java language. Great. Now, servlet is a technology. If you want to use the framework in place of this, we have something called as struts which we can use. JDBC is the technology which we use as a Java developer in order to connect to the database and perform the DB related operations. Hibernate is one of the popular framework which we can use it. So here what you need to understand is Spring framework has Spring framework has something to cater every layer of your application. End-to-end application development. In order to develop the web layer, controllers, REST APIs, SOAP-based web services, or normal controller logic, we have a module in the Spring framework called as Spring Web MVC. Spring Web MVC. Here normally you can use the SpringCore functionality. If there is any need, you can use Spring AOP, separation of concerns, and by using any of the modules of the Spring framework, you can develop the business layer. Not just that. In order to support the DAO layer, in Spring we have something called as Spring JDBC. That means Spring framework and JDBC remains as it is. We have something called as Spring Data JDBC. And to simplify the DAO layer, the hottest in the market, which every Spring developer must know, is nothing but Spring Data JPA. Spring Data JPA, which is one of the game changer for the DAO layer, which you need not to put any efforts. What do you mean by that? We will learn about this. So if you say you know Spring Framework, one of the hottest module which you must know is Spring Data JPA. And we have other modules to support the business logic. We have Spring Batch, we have Spring AOP to secure your APIs. We have Spring Security. Multiple modules are available. So to develop all the layers of your application, backend application, Spring has something to offer. Hence, if you go with the Spring framework, you can develop end-to-end application. End-to-end application I was referring to. You can develop all the layers of your backend development. You can develop the web layer, business layer, and DAO layer using the Spring framework. And one more important point here which you need to know about it. Spring is a versatile framework. Versatile framework. What do you mean by versatile framework? If you ask me, suppose any one layer of your application you have developed using the Spring framework, and here you're using the struts, here you're using the Hibernate, Spring will support it. Spring can easily gel with, integrate with other frameworks. There is no restriction that you have to use Spring framework for all the layers. Entire backend application should be developed with Spring framework. No such requirement. Maybe the controller part, web layer, you have used servlets, or maybe you have used the struts, no problem. In the DAO layer, you have not used Spring JDBC or Data JPA. You have used Hibernate or JDBC. No problem. Spring is okay with it. Spring can gel with any other frameworks or technology to develop your application. So Spring is a versatile. But however, Spring has something to offer for all the layers of your backend development. For everything Spring, we have something to offer. In other words, what I'm trying to say is using the Spring framework, you can develop entire backend application. And the most important part, Spring is a modular based framework. Spring has multiple modules. Based on the new need, you can just develop or use any of the modules which we have here. That means if you want to develop the controllers, REST API, SOAP-based web services, or maybe if you want to develop a controller to cater the front-end themely for the JSP HTML pages, we have something called as Spring Web MVC is what we have. Spring Web MVC to develop the web layer of your application, to handle the request to response back, the one who faces all the requests, HTTP requests coming to your application, the web layer, Spring MVC. To support the DAO layer, that means a layer which is responsible to perform the DB operation, to store the data, to retrieve the data, to update, to delete, whatever you want to perform. The hottest in the market, we have something called as Spring Data JPA. Spring Data JPA. We do have Spring Data JDBC also, Spring ORM also, but the hottest is we have Spring Data JPA. Fine. And also we have Spring AOP to support the cross-cutting logics, the secondary logic of your application. What do you mean by that? We will see to it, to handle the exceptions, to security and other things. Practically also we will see the use of Spring AOP in the most simplified way. To secure your APIs, we have something called as Spring Security. To support the bulk data, we have Spring Batch for the batch processing, right? Likewise, Spring has so many modules which you should be knowing it. It is a modular based framework. For everything you have a module. It's not compulsory that if you have decided to use Spring framework for your backend application, for your Java backend application, for everything you have to use Spring. No. If you want to use Hibernate in some cases, struts or servlets in some cases, in some parts Spring, no problem. Spring framework supports that because Spring is a versatile framework. However, if you want to develop end-to-end entire backend using the Spring, then no problem. You can use that. For everything there are modules. Whatever modules I have listed here, it is not restricted to this. We have many modules which Spring framework supports, which we will be exploring it. But the base of all the modules, the one which you must be knowing it before getting into this is nothing but your SpringCore, the core of your Spring, the main functionality of your Spring. If you understand SpringCore, then you can understand any modules of Spring framework. If you don't know SpringCore, That means what is the core of Spring Framework? What is the problem it is trying to solve? Which is inversion of control and dependency injection. How do we develop loosely coupled application with basic Java application? In the previous video, why Spring Framework we have tried to understood. Right now we will understand that using the Spring Framework, the same thing what we have understood. So before you watch this or the upcoming videos, please do watch why Spring Framework video, which is dependency injection and loose coupling. It will make more sense to you. No, alongside that you should be very good in the core Java part. Fine. So SpringCore is what we have to understood first, which is about the dependency injection and the inversion of control. That means how to develop a loosely coupled application. We need to understand about eager initialization, lazy initialization. We have two containers here. One is a bean factory. One more is application context. What do we mean by this? We will practically, by developing the application, we will see to it, through which we have something called as dependency injection and loose coupling. If you could able to understand, then we can go ahead and understand the other modules of Spring Framework. Without this you cannot understand. So initially what is the goal is, I'll develop or I'll use the Spring Framework through only XML approach. Then I'll proceed further with XML plus annotation approach. Then we will proceed further with Spring Boot approach. Spring Boot, of course, there also annotations are being used. Annotations which supports auto configuration. Auto configuration means whatever efforts usually it takes to develop the Spring application using the Spring Framework, application using the Spring Framework. If you go with Spring Boot, the efforts will be lesser. That's it. It is, in simplified words, if I have to tell you how Spring Boot is different from the Spring Framework, we will understand with the key points also going forward. But for now, if you go with Spring Boot, you can develop application using the Spring Framework in a easier way with less or minimal configuration. There are some efforts you have to do in order to talk to Spring Framework to get your things done, to enable the dependency injection, inversion of control, and to develop the application, usually dependency injection especially. But if you go with Spring Boot and annotation, it is little easier. That's it. We will understand that. So we'll see all three ways, and then you will only tell me which approach should I use in order to go further and understand the other modules of Spring Boot, or other modules of the Spring Framework. All these modules in this series will understand or we will develop using the Spring Boot itself. This is a Spring Boot, entire playlist will be on the Spring Boot, but Spring Boot is not, it's something new or other than Spring Framework. It is Spring Framework only, just easier way to work with Spring Framework. That's it. So initially, few applications, no Spring Boot. Then we will get into the Spring Boot so that you can understand the difference. You can understand the behind the scene, what is happening, and in real, how to use the Spring Framework. Making sense? So this is something, a basic picture of your Spring Framework. More on this we'll understand. In the last video, we have understood why Spring Framework, which is dependency injection, loosely coupling. Same thing we'll see by using the Spring Framework. Then we shall move ahead step by step. Fine. So I hope last video and this video, you got one picture in your mind. We need to see more on this in upcoming videos. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Kindly follow me on the Instagram. You can find the ID. You can follow me on my LinkedIn also. Thank you so much for joining me in this video.